যদি প্রভুপাদ হয়তো তবে কি হয়তো এ জীবন বাহিত কিসে।
Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitansya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I am very grateful and happy to be here for the first time. Actually I came to Malaysia a couple of times, but at this center I am coming for the first time. And while Mataji was introducing, I was thinking, just like when a baby speaks some broken words, mother thinks he is reciting poetry because of motherly love. So in the same way, she has motherly love for me, so she is speaking. Actually, we don't have any personal qualification. If you introduce a shoe, if you give introduction of a shoe, how you will introduce a shoe? It's a very nice shoe. It has gone to America. The shoe has gone to Himalayas. The shoe has gone to temple. The shoe has gone all over the world. But did shoe go on its own? Shoe goes with the person who is wearing the shoe. In the same way, we all have qualification as long as we are connected to this parampara of Srila Prabhupada, parampara of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is our qualification. In fact, Srila Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, what is our qualification that we received this Krishna consciousness? You know this pastime? Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, what is our qualification that we got this wonderful process of Krishna consciousness? What did Prabhupada reply? Prabhupada said, you don't have any qualification, I created your qualification. So our qualification is, we are connected to a big person that is very dear to Krishna. Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale means he is very dear to Krishna, and that is our qualification. So this Malaysia is a very sacred place. You know the history. In our Vedic text, this Malaysia is mentioned many times, especially for Malaya Chandan. I don't know if they grow Chandan anymore. Do they grow Chandan anymore?
No, not the trees.
Huh?
Not the trees.
No, not trees, only rubber plants. So replace Chandan with rubber. But anyway, in our Vedic scriptures, many times this Malaya Chandan is described. In fact, in Bhagavatam, when Sri Krishna prepares to leave Hastinapur, Mother Kunti comes and prays And she gives example of Malaysia. She tells that Krishna, just like sandalwood grows in Malay, so it increased the glory of Malay, like Malaysia. In the same way, by coming in our family, you increase glory of our family. That example Kunti Maharani used. Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, you know Madhavendra Puri? How many of you know Madhavendra Puri?
No.
You know that pastime? Madhavendra Puri was serving Gopal in Vrindavan. And then Gopal tells Madhavendra Puri was grand guru, grand spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Gopal told Madhavendra Puri that Madhavendra, my heat is not going. So only if you bring Malay Chandan, my heat will go. And then Madhavendra Puri goes all the way from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri to collect Malay Chandan. It's a very, very special place. And it becomes more special for us because Srila Prabhupada came here. You know, Krishna is merciful. We're talking about compassion today. How pure devotee is compassionate on living entities. Krishna is compassionate. How do we pray Krishna? How do we offer pranam to Krishna? Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu. What is Karuna? Karuna means compassion, mercy. And how Krishna is merciful? Can you think about Krishna's compassion? How Krishna is compassionate on us?
By giving a spiritual master.
Okay, Krishna gives the association of devotees, pure devotees. What else? Huh? Yeah, he is ocean of compassion, but how? How he came in our life? How Krishna is merciful in our life? Anything we are grateful to Krishna for? Krishna came as Harinam. Krishna descends as holy name, so we can be in touch with him all the time by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. What else? How Krishna is compassionate on us? Huh? What else? Archa Vigraha. Krishna comes in the form of deities, so we can serve him. Right? Who said Archa Vigraha? Who said? Yes. So he comes as deity because our material eyes can't see spiritual form of Krishna. So he comes in the deity form, we can see him, we can serve him. Of course, deities are also spiritual, but he becomes feasible to us so we can serve Krishna. What else? Bhagavatam. Krishna Swadham Upagate Dharma Jnanadi Bhisa. Once Krishna goes, all Dharma Jnana, everything goes. But then he descends in the form of Bhagavatam. Somebody is doing like this. What does that mean? Prasadam. Krishna Bado Dayamay. Karivari Jibva Jai. So Prasad Anna Dilabhai. So Krishna's compassion also comes in the form of Prasad. Let's not talk about Prasad on Ekadashi. What else? How Krishna descends? How Krishna is compassionate? How many of you love to go to Mayapur? How many of you like to go to Vrindavan? How many of you like to go to Jagannath Puri? Yes? He comes in the form of Holy Dham. Isn't it Krishna's compassion? He comes in the variety of incarnations. Some of you may be very much attached to Krishna. Some may be very attached to Lord Ram. Some may be very attached to Lord Nrsingadev. Some may be very attached to Lord Chaitanya. Some may be attached to other incarnations, isn't it? So Krishna comes in the form of different incarnations. So merciful. At the same time, Krishna's mercy is limited to some, not available to everyone. I landed in Singapore today, and by Krishna's divine arrangement, I went to Singapore Center, and I went on the roof to chant my rounds, and I saw Tulsi there, and I felt so nice. In middle of this country, where everyone is running after sense gratification, we have a place where there is Tulsi. And who's Tulsi? Is Vrindaya Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshuvasya Cha. Dear to Krishna, descending from a spiritual world, but Krishna makes Tulsi available for us. But imagine the places where there is no Tulsi. Imagine the places where there is no deities. Imagine the place where there is no Harinam. Imagine the place where there is no Prasad. Imagine the place where there is no devotees. What about those places? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu grame grame giya, deshe deshe giya. Baddha Jiva Nistarila Jangam Brahma Haya. There are two things, Sthavar and Jangam. Sthavar means one stationary. Generally Lord is stationary. You have to go to Jagannath Puri to see Lord Jagannath, right? You have to go to Vrindavan to take darshan of Madan Mohan, Govind and Gopinath. You have to go to Mayapur to take darshan of Panchatattva. They are Sthavar. But Jangam means moving Lord. Lord Chaitanya comes as moving Lord. He goes to Deshe Deshe Giya. He goes to country to deliver. But how many countries Lord Chaitanya go? How many countries? How many countries Lord Chaitanya traveled? Huh? Not even whole India. Only half of India. He went from one way from Varanasi to Vrindavan and another tour to South India, and that to a few places. You have those list of places in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So wherever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went, that place became Tirtha. And therefore, Sri Bhaktivedanta Thakur says, Gaur Amar Jisab Sthane Korilo Brahmana Range Se Sab Sthan Heribo Ami Pranay Bhakat Sange. Wherever Lord Chaitanya went, that place is Tirtha for us. And we go there with devotees to take dust of that lotus feet of Vaishnavas living there. But even more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Chaitanya Mangal, it is described that wherever Lord Chaitanya didn't go, wherever Ganga doesn't flow, wherever there is no holy place, Lord Chaitanya's associates take birth there to purify that place. And we can see so many Lord Chaitanya's associates took birth in Bengal, Odisha, and different parts of India. South India, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, then in Varanasi, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, so many different associates, and they purified those places. Now also you go to those places, you remember Lord Chaitanya, because the associates of Lord Chaitanya took birth there, right? So you can see the gradation. Krishna is merciful, but he is Thavar, he is stationary in one place. You have to go to Krishna, he won't come to you. But then Lord Chaitanya went ahead, one more step. He goes to some parts of India. Now associates of Lord Chaitanya go further. They come to those places also, those who are not mentioned in the scriptures, not purified, they purify by their presence. But there is one Acharya who comes and purify the whole world. Who is that? Srila Prabhupada. So fortunate we are. We are connected to Srila Prabhupada. Imagine our life if we took birth 100 years back. Imagine, Srila Prabhupada would not be there. How there can be some possibility that we would get Krishna consciousness? See, 5,000 years Bhagavatam was available, right? When did Vyasadeva write Bhagavatam? In the end of Dwapar Yuga. And Kali Yuga already 5,000 years passed. So more than 5,000 years Bhagavatam was available. When did Krishna tell Bhagavad Gita? 5,000 years ago, right? Bhagavad Gita was available for 5,000 years. Even before it was available, but more recently, for 5,000 years, these texts were available. How many people became devotee in Malaysia? Tell me. 5,000 years Bhagavatam was there. 5,000 years Bhagavad Gita was there. But how many pure devotees around the world? No one. But one Vaishnava goes around the world and he starts explosion of preaching. And now see, even in remote corners of the world, even in one cities, there are devotees practicing Krishna consciousness. This is the greatest miracle of the whole world. This world has seen many big kings, those who can conquer many nations. But what happens when they die? What happens when they die? Their kingdom also collapses. This world has seen many big artists. They may do some art, they may paint something. Once they die, they are forgotten. This world has seen big magicians, so many big achievers. But what happened after they die? Everything collapsed. But this world has never seen a history where one single man goes around the world and he starts a worldwide movement. After his disappearance also, 50 years now, this movement is simply growing. This year, actually next year, we will celebrate 50th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's disappearance. Prabhupada left in 1977. 50 years after the disappearance of a founder of one organization, the organization is simply growing. Isn't it biggest miracle? One businessman came to see Srila Prabhupada in Bombay. He told Swamiji, people may call us businessmen, but you are real businessmen. Why? Because you went with no money, no manpower, and you have branches all over the world. And people work for you without money, not only without money, they pay whatever they have, they invest whatever they have in your service and then they serve. Where you will get this type of leader? You are the biggest businessman of this world. That is Srila Prabhupada. And why is that? How Srila Prabhupada carries so much strength? How Srila Prabhupada could do this miracle? Because he had oceanic compassion for living entities. Only that person can do this. One who has compassion can preach. One who doesn't have compassion cannot preach. Preaching is not expertise. Preaching is not just bombarding some lectures. Preaching is not throwing some verses on people. Preaching is compassion. Just like we went through pandemic, coronavirus, and when it was new, there was no vaccine. Imagine you are the first person on planet to discover vaccine for coronavirus. Imagine, no problem in imagining. You are the first person who got formula for vaccine of coronavirus. And whole world is under pandemic. What will you do? What will you do? Mataji, what will you do? You have vaccine, only you have the formula. Vaccine for coronavirus. What you will do? Huh? Why you will not keep to your family? Why to others? Exactly. How can you see people dying when you have medicine? How can you see people suffering when you have antidote? In the same way, when Srila Prabhupada came, he knew solution to the problems of this world. People take birth, they grow, they start working, they work, they endeavor so much, and at the end of life, what they get? Moroseness, loneliness, and they die dissatisfied. You ask elderly people, we go to hospitals sometimes, we ask people, we see them, we observe them, they're dissatisfied. You ask any old man, are you satisfied? They'll say no. Then what the world is offering to this whole endeavor of person? Whole life they work, for what? Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter to Dr. Rajendra Prasad after India got independence. In 1950 around, he wrote this letter to Dr. Rajendra Prasad. I think he was the first president of India. And when Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter, Prabhupada wrote to Rajendra Prasad, he said, I am not a madman. Don't think I am a madman. Because that time there was no ISKCON. Prabhupada was struggling alone. He was distributing Back to Godhead magazine on the streets. He would carry load of paper just to save some money. He would walk 8 miles a day. So much endeavor. But he wrote to Dr. Rajendra Prasad, don't think I am a madman. I am doing all this endeavor. I have solution to the problems of this world. And therefore I am working so hard. Prabhupada knew what he is doing from day one. He knew what he is doing. It's not an accident. Sometimes people say that. It's very painful to hear. When we preach, especially in India, they say, oh, Bhaktivedanta Swami, nice. He was lucky. He went to West, he got some people and ISKCON started. Prabhupada struggled for 40 years. And finally Krishna gave him this success. But from day one his mission was clear. From day one he knew, I have to save this world. And how he saved this world? By giving Krishna consciousness. We don't go back to Godhead by our own sadhana. We know what is our sadhana, right? How we chant our rounds, Hari Hari. Even in scripture it is described that when a person picks up his mala and he starts to chant, the ancestors in Pitraloka start to dance. You know why? Because one person in our family will become pure devotee, we all will get liberated. Imagine our ancestors seeing our chanting, what they will do? They will dance or they will cry? They will cry. This person is chanting or counting or crying, what he is doing? They will cry. But anyway, how we go back to Godhead? What is the shortcut to go back to Godhead? If a soul gets connected to a pure devotee, that's the back door to go back home, back to Godhead. Vaishnavira Avedan Krishna Dayamai. Krishna becomes merciful to those whom Vaishnavas recommend. And therefore every morning what we sing, Sansara Dava Nalalida Loka Tranaya Karunya Ghana Ghanatvam, means Krishna is Karuna Sindhu, he is ocean of mercy. But can you really quench your thirst by drinking ocean water? Can you really satisfy your needs with water from an ocean? No. Cloud has to shower water. Same water from ocean get evaporated, becomes a cloud, and then Ghana Ghanatvam showers on a living entity. That is Guru. So Krishna is a big ocean, but what's the use? It's not available to us. That water is not accessible to us. But same water comes in our life through spiritual master. And that is speciality of Srila Prabhupada. He gave Krishna to us. Who else can give Krishna? Only a pure devotee. Krishna se tumar, Krishna dite par, tumar shakati ache. Only pure devotee has that power to give Krishna. And that is Srila Prabhupada's compassion. One time, Sri Sachinandan Swami Maharaj, his ISKCON leader and sannyasi, he saw a dream, and he mentions about this dream often. He saw a dream that Yamdutas came to fetch him. He died, Yamdutas came and presented him in front of Yamraj. And imagine you are being carried up by Yamdutas and you are taken in front of Yamraj. Same way, Sachinandan Maharaj was frightening, he was trembling. And that time, these Yamdutas present him in front of Yamraj. And then Chitragupta, you know who is Chitragupta?
Yes.
Who is Chitragupta? Chitra means photography, right? And Gupta means secret. Chitragupta means secret photographer. He takes secret photos of all of us. In fact, videos, CCTV videos, what we are doing. We may deny, oh, I never did anything wrong in my life. But the secret photographer shows, no, you have done. So in the same way, Chitragupta came and he was showing Yamraj, you know, this sannyasi is very sinful. Maharaj seeing in dream. Very sinful. He was born in a Mlecha family. He did so many sins, spoke so many lies, broke so many principles. He is to be sent to hell. Okay? Did he do anything good? No, nothing good. He should be sent to hell immediately. Yamraj said, okay, send this sannyasi to hell. And as they were preparing to carry him to hell, Chitragupta said, oh no, we can't send this sannyasi to hell because he is disciple of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Only one qualification. And then Maharaj gets up. His dream broke and he shares with all devotees. See, my qualification is no qualification. Only qualification is we are connected to a pure devotee of Krishna. You know, when Parikshit Maharaj got this curse that he will die in 7 days, so Sukdev Goswami comes. And Sukdev Goswami was such a Mahabhagavat, great soul, that he would never stay in one place. He would only stay in one place as long as the cow was milked, means few minutes. But this Sukdev Goswami, who is so renowned, so detached, he is so detached that he doesn't even wear clothes. Above bodily concept of life. This Sukdev Goswami is sitting and speaking Krishna Katha to a king, Parikshit Maharaj. Isn't it amazing? Parikshit Maharaj asked Sukdev Goswami, my dear Lord, how you are so compassionate? Why you are sitting in front of me? You don't stay in one place for more than few minutes and here you are sparing 7 days for us? Isn't it wonderful? How come you are doing this? You know what Sukdev Goswami said? He said, I am only doing it for your relationship with Pandavas. I know how much Krishna loved your grandfathers, Pandavas. For Pandavas, Krishna left Hastinapur and lived with them. And now you are in crisis. And if I serve you, how much Krishna will be pleased that I am serving a descendant of Pandavas? So for whom Sukadeva Goswami is there? For Parikshit Maharaj? More than Parikshit Maharaj for Pandavas. Similarly, when Vaman Dev, you know that pastime, when Bali Maharaj was doing this yajna, Vaman Dev comes to ask for charity, 3 steps of land. And then somebody asked Vaman Dev, what did Bali do that you are going to his door? Who is Bali? A Asura. You can kill Asura anytime. Why you have to go and beg from a Asura? Did Krishna do that before any time? Did he beg with any Asura? My dear Hiranyakashipu, can you give me 3 steps of land? Did he do that? My dear Ravan, can you give me 3 steps? He never did that. Why with Bali Maharaj? Because Bali Maharaj is grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. Krishna remembered that. Yes, my Prahlad. Same Prahlad for whom I descended. One devotee. Narsimhadev came for one devotee. Sometimes we do program, we say, Prabhuji, only one person came. The Krishna descended for one devotee. Can you imagine? So even one soul, so special, Prahlad Maharaj, that Krishna descended Narsimhadev. And Krishna remembered, this Bali is descended of same Prahlad. How can I kill him? I cannot do anything to him except begging from him. Why? Relationship with Prahlad Maharaj. In the same way, we may not be qualified, but we have one sabal, we have one power. What is that? Our connection with Srila Prabhupada. One time, Jananivas Prabhu came. You know Jananivas Prabhu?
Yes.
Mayapur, Srila Prabhupada's disciple, long-lasting pujari of Shri Radha Madhav, more than 55 years. Jananivas Prabhu came to Pune and we were there. One devotee asked Jananivas Prabhu, he asked, Prabhuji, you are in ISKCON for so long on this path of devotional life. Many times Maya becomes so heavy on us. Face to face, Maya challenges, brings back all our old habits, brings back all our anarthas. We don't like devotees, we start criticizing devotees, we do so nasty things. What to do when Maya comes face to face? What is the remedy? What should we chant? Which mantra we should throw on Maya? How to be protected in that situation? You know what he said? He said, when you face that difficulty, when you are in such challenging situation, don't call to Krishna's name. Don't call his name. Why? Because Krishna is very calculative. Very calculative. What did he say in Bhagavad Gita? Ye yatha mam prapadyante. What is your intention? Krishna is watching. Krishna is seeing, oh, he is chanting purely or not purely. He is a Nam Aparad, Nam Abhas, Shuddhanam. What exactly he wants? Krishna is very calculative. And then what is his expectation? Sarva dharman paritajya mamekam sharanam raja. Leave all kinds of dharma. What to speak of dharma? We are not able to leave adharma. What to speak of dharma? First we'll leave adharma, then we'll leave dharma. So Krishna is very calculative. Prabhuji said, don't chant Krishna's name that time. When you are helpless, when you have no hope, chant your Guru's name. Chant Prabhupada's name. Just call one time. Srila Prabhupada, please save me. Maya will go away. That is magic of Srila Prabhupada. It's compassionate Acharya. One time, Subhaksh Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's disciple, he asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you are giving us this service of preaching Krishna consciousness. Do you really believe that we can do? I have no trust on me. You know what Prabhupada said? You don't need to have trust on yourself. Do you have trust in me or not? He said, Prabhupada, we have full trust in you. Then just go on. I am with you. Just preach. And that's the miracle, that even newcomers in Krishna consciousness, even few months in Krishna consciousness, person starts to preach. You know, in different sampradayas, Madhva sampradaya, Ramanuja sampradaya, different sampradayas, only sannyasis preach. Brahmacharis don't preach. Grihastha is out of question. Only gurus and sannyasis preach. But in ISKCON, we say in Hindi, Aaj Bharti, Kal Chakravarti. Today he joined and tomorrow he starts to preach. How this power is coming? This empowerment of Acharya. This is empowerment of Srila Prabhupada. And imagine, big scientists, they hold conferences, big politicians, they give these conferences. They never ask any questions. Have you seen these conferences? Big scientists. In open forum, do they ask any questions? They never ask. But ISKCON devotee, 2 months in the movement, he'll give class, at the end he'll say, any questions? Can you imagine this? How much daring it requires? Any questions? Person is ready to answer any question on whose strength? On the strength of Srila Prabhupada. This is his compassion. And he tolerated a lot. You know, when ISKCON was very new, there were no deities. And one day, Mother Malati, she brought a little doll from an antique shop. And she thought it's an Indian shop, maybe Srila Prabhupada will like that doll. So she brought that doll and she kept in front of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada got up and offered obeisances. Mataji was saying, oh, why Prabhupada is offering obeisances to this doll? The Prabhupada explained, actually, this is Jagannath, this Lord of the universe. How did you bring this? Did you see 2 other dolls with this? Yes, Swamiji, there are 2 other dolls. One was white and one was yellow. Can you bring those 2 other dolls? Actually, Mother Malati stole that, one deity. So she said, okay, Prabhupada, I know how to bring, I'll bring. And she stole another 2, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. They joined ISKCON. Actually, Prabhupada didn't call Jagannath. They came and joined themselves. Then Prabhupada called Shyam Sundar Prabhu, who was a carpenter. And Prabhupada said, Shyam Sundar, can you carve these Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, big deities out of wood? Shyam Sundar Prabhu said, okay, I'll carve, Swamiji, you want me to do that? As he was carving, Prabhupada went to see the progress. And you know what he said? What he saw? There's a packet of cigarette on the head of Jagannath. And Shyam Sundar Prabhu was smoking at the same time carving. Can you imagine? What Prabhupada tolerated? Prabhupada didn't become angry. He didn't chastise. He just told Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Shyam Sundar, or I don't know his name, Sam maybe. He said, Sam, what do you need? Krishna or this packet of cigarette? He said, Prabhupada, I want Krishna. Then why are you letting this packet of cigarette come between you and Krishna? Leave it. And he left. Is it so easy to leave our bad habits? But when pure devotee gives empowerment, so easy. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langaya te girim yat kripatam aham vande Shri Guru dinatarinam. This is the biggest miracle. You want to see miracle? Every morning when we look at mirror to apply our tilak, that is biggest miracle. That in Kali Yuga we are practicing Krishna consciousness. What is biggest miracle than this? In Mayapur once our Guru Maharaj was asked, one devotee was asking our Guru Maharaj, he said, Guru Maharaj, how is it possible Krishna consciousness will spread all the world? People are sense gratification, there are so many religious practices, so much of contamination. You know what Guru Maharaj said? He said, if you can become devotee, anybody can become devotee. If you can become devotee, is it not miracle? Were we searching Krishna on the streets? Where is Krishna? Where is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Oh, I want to study Bhagavad Gita, I have to become pure devotee, I have to chant holy name pure. We were searching for it? No. A Vaishnava came in our life. He called us for program. He gave us some Prabhupada books. He gave some prasad. He gave us some connection with Srila Prabhupada. And that's how we became devotee. This is the biggest miracle. That is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And therefore, every day we should meditate what we have received. Biggest fortune is to remember one's fortune always. And biggest misfortune is to not realize one's fortune. Person may be rich, but he may be begging. How much unfortunate he must be. Prabhupada once said, he said, unfortunate are those who didn't come to Krishna consciousness. They're unfortunate. Fortunate are those who came to Krishna consciousness. But most unfortunate are those who came to Krishna consciousness and went away. They are most unfortunate. And therefore every day we should remind ourselves what we are receiving in this path of devotional life. Anarpita charim chirat karunaya vatirna kalau samarpaitam unnatujjal rasam swabhakti shriyam, which was never given before. Anarpitam, which was never given. Chiram, for long time, almost for eternity it was not given. That love of God, it is available to us on fingertips That is mercy of Srila Prabhupada. That is his compassion. And he never gave up on anybody. You know, Krishna, he accepted Putana. You know, we read this pastime. That Putana, she was having bad intention to kill Krishna. But what Krishna saw? Krishna saw the act. Okay, she doesn't have good intention, but at least good act. She came as mother. She dressed as a mother. Vesha grahana matrena Putana uddhar. Just by dressing like a mother, just by posing herself as a mother, Krishna took the act, not the intention. Although we say, Bhavagrahi Janardana, you heard this verse? Dhiro vadati Vishnave, Murkho vadati Vishnaya, Ubhayastu saman punyam, Bhavagrahi Janardana. Krishna takes the bhava. Like Vidur. When Krishna went to Vidur's house, Vidurani offered, what did she offer? Banana peels. She was peeling bananas and throwing away bananas. And she was giving peel to Krishna's hand. Krishna was relishing it, right? Now the act is wrong, but the mood is pure. The bhava is pure. So Krishna took bhava, understood. But in Putana's case, reverse. Bhava is wrong. Only the act. And even act was wrong because she came with poison. But what did Krishna see? Krishna said, little good. Oh, she dressed like a mother. I should give her mercy. Same as Srila Prabhupada. He searches for little good in us. Okay, they are sleeping. At least they are sleeping in class. They are not sleeping at home. Okay, they are chanting, not purely, but at least they are not chanting Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. They are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. One time one man came to Srila Prabhupada. This is in Juhu. He said, Swamiji, your disciples, they sleep in the class. When you give class, actually if you see Prabhupada's classes, video classes, Prabhupada speak with eyes closed. Most of the time he closes his eyes. So this man came and said, Swamiji, you close eyes and give lecture and your disciples sleep. Prabhupada said, oh, they sleep all the time? Yeah, all the time, almost. He said, almost means 99% they sleep, maybe 1% they hear. You know what Prabhupada said? Prabhupada said, by hearing 1%, they took Krishna consciousness all over the world. What did you do by hearing 100%? Prabhupada is so compassionate for sleeping disciples. One time Prabhupada was again challenged by a disciple. Swamiji, your disciples, they can't pronounce Sanskrit properly. We South Indians, we pronounce Sanskrit so nicely. This was in Hyderabad. We pronounce Sanskrit so nicely. Prabhupada said, okay, can you recite Bhagavad Gita? Yes. In 1.5 hours I can recite whole Bhagavad Gita. Kanthastha. I memorized whole 700 shlokas. You know what Prabhupada said? What is the use of your reciting Bhagavad Gita in 1.5 hours when you cannot live Bhagavad Gita for 1.5 hours? My disciples are living Bhagavad Gita. How much is protective of his disciples? One time in Vrindavan, some disciples went to a temple and this temple pujari said, very nice, ISKCON devotees, you are preaching. Nice. If you continue preaching like this, next life you will take birth in Vrindavan. And you will become pujari of Lord like me. Devotees become so happy. They danced and they were enjoying and they went to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, today we got blessing. The pujari told that if you continue serving in ISKCON like this, next birth you will become pujari in Vrindavan. Prabhupada is very nice. Next time you meet that pujari, you tell him that if you continue serving Lord like this, next life you will take birth in ISKCON and you will get opportunity to preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. How much he is protective. Another time, one devotee said, not a devotee, outsider. He said, Swamiji, your disciples, they are like black coal. They are black coal. If you try to wash coal, what will happen? Will coal become white? But what will happen to your hands? Hands will become black. So he said, Swamiji, your disciples, your followers are like black coal. No matter whatever you do, you are trying to preach to them, you are trying to purify them. Only blemish is coming to you. They will never become purified. You know what Prabhupada said? Prabhupada said, yes, coal is black. But same coal under pressure becomes diamond. I am giving this bhakti to my disciples and this pressure of bhakti will make them diamonds. So protective, so compassionate. Even to the degree, sannyasis fell down. Some sannyasis who took sannyas, tridanda, and they fell down. And Prabhupada had tears in his eyes and he said, don't worry, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Supreme Personality of Godhead. His sannyasi associate Chota Haridas did one mistake. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected him. I am not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I need all of you. Even if you fell down, don't leave ISKCON. Stay, serve as a Grihastha. So compassionate. One time Tamal Krishna Maharaj told Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, this devotee, he is a nuisance. He is a problem in temple. And we should remove him right away. And only you can tell him to leave temple. You know what Prabhupada said? Prabhupada said, did Nityananda Prabhu rejected anyone? Did Nityananda Prabhu reject even Jagai Madai? How can I reject this devotee? Even though he is nuisance, he is in the temple, but what will happen in the outside world? He will be lost in Maya. Don't push anybody out. Let them stay in my shelter. That is Srila Prabhupada's compassion. And at the last, I'll share one last pastime. Prabhupada, he was sitting with Bhavananda Prabhu. And Bhavananda Prabhu, he told Srila Prabhupada, very interesting pastime. Huh? He asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, when we will go to spiritual world, how we will recognize you? Nice question, huh? He is trying to ask Srila Prabhupada who is in the spiritual world.
Yeah.
He's asking, Prabhupada, how will recognize you once we go to the spiritual world? You know what Prabhupada replied? How you will go on your own? I will take you. How you'll go on your own first to start with? So there is no question of recognizing. I will come to take you. But when I take you to the spiritual world, I'll take you by hand in front of Krishna. I'll introduce you to Krishna. And I will tell Krishna, this is very nice soul. Please take in your shelter. And I'll give your hand in Krishna's hand. And I will leave you with Krishna forever to dance for eternity. Bhavananda Prabhu has tears in his eyes. Bhavananda Prabhu asked, Prabhupada, where you will go? Okay, you will leave us with Krishna and we are not qualified. You will take us, you will introduce us to Krishna. But where will you go? You know what Prabhupada said? I'll go to fetch more Bhavanandas from this material world to take them back to Krishna. That is Srila Prabhupada's compassion. So we are very fortunate. We should be proud. We should be grateful. We should be so happy that we are connected to such a Acharya. He is Yuga Acharya. He is Jagat Guru. There are so many India Gurus, they write Jagat Guru, but they never went out of their state. But Prabhupada, real Jagat Guru, who went all over the world, he purified this world by traveling. He purified this world by its preaching. And till now, by his mercy, by the power of his books, so many conditioned souls are getting shelter of Krishna. This is the act of biggest compassion this world has ever seen. So with that gratitude, we all stay in his shelter, we hold on to his lotus feet, and one fine morning, we will reach back to Krishna's lotus feet. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sarveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Any question? Any question? I'm asking like Prabhupada's strength. Yes, Mataji. Do you have another mic?
Yes. Let me just attach this mic to this mic.
What is your good name, Mataji?
Is Srila Prabhupada's teachings will last long until the Kali Yuga ends?
See, teachings of Srila Prabhupada, the question is, will Srila Prabhupada's teachings last till the Kali Yuga ends? Actually, Srila Prabhupada's teachings are Sri Krishna's teachings. There's no difference. And therefore Prabhupada wrote his Bhagavad Gita as it is. Another pastime I'm remembering. In South India once Srila Prabhupada was asked, you wrote this Bhagavad Gita, Swamiji, but this Bhagavad Gita is as what Ramanuja wrote, what Madhva wrote. There's nothing new in your Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada said, that is my speciality. I have not manufactured anything new, just repeating Krishna and previous acharyas. So there is no difference between Srila Prabhupada's teachings and Krishna's teachings. But what happens is, due to influence of Kali, these teachings shrink to very limited number of people. Now, for next 10,000 years is the golden period, Pratham Sandhya of Kali Yuga. And in Padma Purana it is written, in this Pratham Sandhya, this preaching will increase. And it will reach to every town and village, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted. Prithvite ache jata nagaradi gram, sarvatra prachar hoibe morunam. And we are seeing it. How just in few years, this Krishna consciousness is increasing to such great extent. So for 10,000 years it will increase. But after 10,000 years, slowly it will shrink to only limited number of people. So teachings will exist, but number of followers will decrease. And at the end of Kali Yuga, last Sandhya, Kalki avatar will come. And they will ask, are you chanting 16 rounds? No? He will cut the throat. That's the only thing he will do. Those who are devotees, he will rescue. Paritranaya sadhuna. And those who are not devotees, he will just finish them off. But we should finish this job in this life. Because I was just thinking this calculation. Suppose I can't finish this Krishna consciousness in this life. And if I become an animal in next life, and I have to go through 84 lakh species, next time I become human, 10,000 years will pass. Then what will I do? Then Lord Chaitanya's movement will not be available. So better to become sincere in this lifetime, finish this job and go back to Krishna. That should be our motto. Okay. Yes? You want to say anything else?
How we are going to settle our karma vinay if we are in an animal form? Okay, let's say in this birth
Yes.
we are a human. Okay, in the next birth we are in animal form. How we are going to settle our karma vinay?
So in animal form, we are only reaping our previous karma. Animals cannot make new karma. Whatever karma we have accumulated in human form, that gives us next birth as an animal or demigod or whatever. But any form other than human beings, they are just reaping their old karma. So suppose somebody is very much habituated to eat meat and he has killed many animals. He has to become that number of times animal. So he will just become animal. And then he will finish one karma. Then another birth, one karma. Because in modern judiciary system, you murder one person, you don't murder anybody. Somebody murder one person, or he murders 10 people. What is the result? He'll be hung, right? You kill one person or 10 people, punishment is same. But in Lord's universal government, that's not the same. If you kill one animal, okay, one birth as an animal. If you kill 10 animals, 10 births as an animal. And if you kill a cow, as many hairs on the body of cow, you have to take birth that many times and suffer in the same way you give suffering to that cow. So that's how in animal form they just finish their karma. And when whole karma is settled, then they are again given a chance to become human being. But in that human being, again two routes. We again want to go in animal life, or we want to go back to Krishna. That choice is ours. So like that. Okay? Anyone else? Any other question? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, I heard from the senior devotees that all the disciples go back to Godhead, then Prabhupada will stay here. So then when we recite Premadhvani, we will call Nitya Leela Pravesha. So how do we reconcile
So
those?
both are possible. Because see, material world is limited, but spiritual world is unlimited. So when Krishna can expand in various forms, he stays in his Golok Vrindavan. At the same time, he can function in this material world also, in the form of his expansions. In the same way, by mercy of Krishna, a pure devotee can also be present simultaneously in Nitya Leela of Krishna, at the same time helping his disciples. Like we are worshipping Srila Prabhupada here, right? Isn't it Srila Prabhupada is there in his picture? He is there. Is Srila Prabhupada in his deity? He is there. So how come a living entity, if we think about with a very gross calculation, how can a living entity be present in so many deities? Because he is not ordinary living entity, he is Guru. And Guru, because Krishna is giving him empowerment, Guru can be simultaneously present in so many places. And therefore, when a disciple lacks in his spiritual progress, Guru remains with him until the disciple is delivered. But that doesn't mean Guru is bound. No, Guru is with Krishna also. But by Krishna's mercy, he is still present with each disciple. That's beauty of spiritual relationships. They are beyond material calculation. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Any other question? Okay, thank you so much for sparing time on a weekday. You all have worked today and still you came for hearing this Prabhupada's Katha. And if I have spoken anything wrong, please forgive me. Hare Krishna. Yes, Nam Sankirtan Prabhu.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, regarding book distribution, okay, how we, Prabhu said just now, we engaging our new devotee also for the Sankirtan and everything, okay. So how to teach them in a proper way for the new devotees for the Sankirtan? If let's say they just came for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, so if there is any technique?
Yeah. See, there are so many techniques, there are so many seminars, how to speak, how to convince people. But the foundation of all this training is spiritual nourishment. Like book distribution is like fighting a war. And if a soldier is going on war, he may be newly recruited, but he has to have his proper bulletproof jacket, he should have his boots, he should have some weapon in his hand. Imagine a soldier going to fight in a war in a towel. What will happen? Or in a gamcha. What will happen? Enemy will just pull the gamcha, you are defeated. That's it. You can't fight without weapons. You can't fight without proper shield and armor. Right? In the same way, Prabhupada used to say, what is our strength? Purity is force. We have to teach our devotees to do their sadhana nicely. Even if they are new, they should chant their rounds nicely. They should read Prabhupada books. They are distributing Prabhupada books, but are they reading Prabhupada books? One time when Mataji was distributing books, there was a big car, and then the car stopped on a signal in a road crossing. So this Mataji came, and she was trying to preach to the driver. You should take this book is written by our spiritual master, and this can deliver you from this world. And from back seat, somebody asked, what is in this book? What are the contents of this book? Can you explain? And this Mataji said, no, I don't know what is in this book, but I sell this book. And then back seat, the person rolled down the mirror, on the glass. Who was there? Srila Prabhupada was sitting there. Prabhupada was sitting. Prabhupada said, I am writing these books not just for distributing, but my disciples should read it first. In the same way, we may be new or old, but we should have habit of reading Prabhupada books few minutes a day, every day. And we will see, the more we will benefit, the more we want to spread it to others. Especially Matajis have this experience. If you cook some nice recipe, okay, and you experimented something, and that came out very nice. Next time you meet your friend, what do you share? You share that recipe spontaneously, right? Nobody asks you, but you share it. In the same way, doctors, you go to a doctor, he cured you. Doctor is not paying any commission, but you tell to 10 people, I was so diseased, 50 years, no solution, this doctor is so nice, he cured me. We tell it ourselves. So when we get benefit, we share it. In the same way, when we are distributing books or preaching, first of all, our devotees should be spiritually grounded. They should be spiritually nourished. Even if they are 1 month old in Krishna consciousness, no problem. They should chant fixed number of rounds. Maybe 4, 5, 8, doesn't matter. Whatever number of rounds they are chanting, they should be very pakka on it. And then they should read Prabhupada books daily. And when they will see positive change in their lives, they will speak from heart. And when you speak from heart, then it touches the Jiva's heart. Because it is not just your fight with Jiva. When you distribute books, it is 3:1. You know why 3:1? You know that? Suppose I am distributing books to him. Okay? Now I want that he should take the book. Okay? He doesn't want to take the book. Just imagine it. You don't want to take the book. I want to give him a book. My Paramatma also wants that he should take the book. And his Paramatma also want he should take the book. So with 3 people on one side and he is on one side, who will win? Who will win? We will win. But if I am not connected with my spiritual nourishment, then that connection is lost. Then it just becomes a mundane selling. It's not preaching anymore. So therefore, when devotees come, they join Krishna consciousness, let's give them proper spiritual nourishment. And when they will be spiritually nourished, they'll preach from heart. And then it will spread like explosion. And so many people will come and join our movement. Like that.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Anybody? யாரும் கேள்வி கேட்குறீங்களா? சிம்பிள் கேள்வி கூட கேட்கலாம். நீங்கள் உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சது பிரபு வந்திருக்காரு அவ்வளோ தூரம். ஸோ நீங்கள் என்ன நினச்சாலும் கேட்கலாம்.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Is it compulsory we must chant 16 times a day?
No. Who told we should chant 16 rounds?
Because just now
we should chant all the time. Kirtanya Sadahari. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said.
all the time.
Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Seshna Amanina Manadina Kirtanya Sadahari. So all the time.
So all
But
the time.
if somebody cannot chant all the time, then they can chant 16 rounds.
Oh,
Okay?
16 rounds is minimum.
Minimum. Because you see, if somebody is giving you gold, he said, I have so much gold, just take it. What you will say? No, I can only take 5 kg, not more than that. Will we say that? No, I can only take 10 kg, no more. You may have 1000 kg, but I can only handle 10 kg. No. You will book a truck and you will call all your relatives, as much as I can take, right? In the same way, we should be greedy. Krishna is not in his name. Krishna is holy name. He personally descended as holy name. So if you get opportunity to associate with Krishna, how much time we want to spare for Krishna? We want to give all our time to him. But if we can't give whole day, at least 16 rounds. And that is again Srila Prabhupada. He minimized it. Okay, we know, Prabhupada used to say, we know in Western countries people don't get time. Okay, at least you chant 16 rounds. And you know one more beautiful thing. Many times devotees think that we don't have that time, sufficient time to chant 16 rounds. 2 hours, my God. One thing I ask them, you open your phone, in settings, there is an option called screen time. Nowadays tracking people is very easy. Olden days the difficulty, but now it's very easy. Just open your screen time and just see how much time we spend with our phone. And it will also give you breakdown, application wise, how many calls did you make, how many minutes you talk, everything. And then so much prajalpa, so much eating, sleeping, so many activities we spend time. But the moment we decide that I want to chant Krishna's name, Krishna expands our day. And it's work on spiritual level. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am time, kalosmi. He is time. So when we utilize time in his service, he expands the day. And when we don't use our time in Krishna's service, he shrinks our day. So therefore, those who are not devotees, you ask them, what did you do whole day? I got up, I did brush, I took bath, I went on work, I ate, I slept. That's it. And you ask devotees, what did you do in one day? They can give you big list. We did preaching, we did family, we did business, we spoke to so many management, this, that, everything. How? Because Krishna expanded their day. Because devotees wanted to serve him. So let's take one step towards Krishna. He will also take one step. But his one step will be like Vamandev's step. Big, that can cover the whole world. So if we take that resolution, no, I will chant 16 rounds, Krishna will help. He will take out this time for us.
How about if, let's say we are chanting 16 times, okay. How about our concentration? Okay, concentration is not there, let's say going somewhere else, cannot concentrate.
See, when you were young, you were 2 years old. Were you eating food? Mataji, you were eating food when you were 2 years old?
No, I think
you're not eating food?
I just take milk or what, I don't remember.
You don't remember, but you were eating food, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, how you are living today?
Yes.
When you were 5 years old, you were eating food?
Yes.
With concentration?
Yes.
With concentration. You don't know also what you were eating. Mother was feeding you. You were just eating, right? But as you grew, you realized this is food. this is my favorite, this I don't like, and this is how I should eat, and this is the timing. So as you grew, your food habits also evolved, right? But eating food was compulsory.
Yes.
In the same way, when we start our spiritual journey, maybe concentration is not there, but Krishna is watching that I am endeavoring. And then slowly that spiritual maturity also evolves. And then a devotee realizes, oh no, I have to chant with concentration. I have to chant properly. But if I don't even endeavor, this will never happen. So at least we start chanting 16 rounds. At least we do our part. And then we'll see how Krishna is encouraging. And slowly that concentration will come. And why only concentration? Love will come. You'll fall in love with Krishna while chanting. But we have to do our part first. Right?
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else? Here is a question maybe. In front.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, apart from reading Prabhupada books and distributing books and then hearing his lectures, what are the ways so that I can be connected to Srila Prabhupada?
Very nice question. Very nice. Actually, chanting, reading, these are all our sadhana aspect. But relationship with an acharya grows with service. You know why mother loves child so much more than father? You know why? Because mother has kept child in the womb for 9 months. That connection started even before the birth. And by doing that service, that connection is so deep, so intense, that even though child may forget, mother cannot forget the child. Right? In the same way, when we serve a spiritual master, when we serve an acharya, with that service, that relationship grow more and more and more. And that's how we see Srila Prabhupada's disciples. Why they are so attached to Srila Prabhupada? Because they gave their life for Srila Prabhupada. It's not just theoretical, it's practical. When we serve, we get that attachment. We are praying this Tulsi Aarti. Morohi Abhilash, Vilas Kunja Divivas, Nayana Heripo Sada Jugal Duprasi. Okay, we want to go to spiritual world. But what we will do? Next line. Ei Nivedana Dharo, Sakhir Anugat Karo, Seva Adhikara Diyo Karo Nichitas. There also Seva. So the relationship will only intensify with service. So when we take little service, it's not that we have to do big achievements. Little service. Like this nice center is there. You all can take little service. Okay, I'll do setup. I'll do de-setup. I'll bring prasad. I'll clean. I can bring people. I can call. I can take calling seva. Some matas can take calling seva to call people. Somebody can take care of accounts. Somebody can take care of books. Different aspects. Our need to serve. Prabhupada's movement will spread all over the world no matter what. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted, Prithvite Achijata Nagaradigram, it will spread all over the world. But it is my responsibility. I need service. I need to be part of this golden history. So if we take that as our mission, we'll see how our relationship with Srila Prabhupada is growing more and more and more every day. That's the key.
Thanks.
Okay. Hari Hari. Thank you so much. I think we should end here. It's quite late for everyone. See you tomorrow.